We are property developers, but we also get joined by business people and we talk about mindset as well. And today I am joined by Jay Dhillon from the Business Mentor podcast.
Hi, how are we doing, guys? Good to be here. Glad to be here.
Yeah, so thanks for coming down to see us.
Pleasure, mate. Pleasure.
Joining us on the sofa.
Yeah, I love this sofa. I'm just gonna, I've heard some interesting stories.
Yeah,
but good ones. Not what it start your rumours off, but yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a video with John McDermott, which is on the YouTube channel, which we actually fell off and their legs broke on this sofa. So, go and check it out. Slow mo and all sorts. But no, thanks for coming down. We've just had a podcast with yourself as well. You've interviewed me and Andy,
which is awesome.
And now it's our turn to interview you. So
let's do it.
Yeah, so tell everyone who's watching who you are, what the business is about, and then we'll go into your background later.
So I've been in business for now 20 years. My first business was in recruitment. We bought 3 sites. We had 500 contractors working for us. We sold out in 2013. Since then, I've been mentoring. First, we started with the Prince's Trust to give something back. Enjoyed it, and now help other people as well. I'm a property investor, so we're not to the commercial yet, but HMOs, bike-to-lets, maybe parking profits of our recruitment business into that. And I own a company called recruitingboss.com, which is a flat fee company, fixed fee company that helps small businesses find staff who don't want to pay the 5, 6, 10, 15,000 what I used to charge to my old business. And the podcast is around mentoring, and it's part of the Business Mentor Academy, which is again helping entrepreneurs and masterminds one-to-one. And don't know when this will go out, but we've got an event coming very soon in Pride Park.
Yeah, when's the event?
The event's 10th of May 2019, so if you're watching this in 2021 and we're both in our helicopters, it started right here.
So if you're watching this, it's coming out tomorrow. The event's tomorrow.
10th of May next week, so that's cool.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's I've been looking at the event, I've been seeing the Facebook adverts coming through, it looks awesome. And the video as well, obviously to highlight it. But I was watching a video of you this morning on the way back from the gym. I don't do it all the time. Don't worry.
We need to get some more videos out, Kyle. Get some more videos out.
But you've explained how you started in business, and I'm a huge fan of reading about successful people and how they started, because I think this is why we do the YouTube stuff, because I want to show people and document people as we're not huge at the moment, but as we're getting to that stage, people can follow our journey. So take us back to, because on the video you started your business when you were 23. Take us back 21, when you were 21, 22. How did it start?
So basically what happened was very early on, I'll take a bit back, I was always into selling. So I sell car stereos when I was 13, 14. Entrepreneurial, I really wanted to start my own business. But obviously I followed the educational route. Went to college, went to university. At university, I came up with a decent degree mainly because I learned how to hustle. I learned how to get the right people together as a mastermind to get the course of it done. So that was that. And then what happened was I was very good at getting jobs, really good at selling myself. I'd go into it for big companies like Cause, NTL, Virgin, NTL's probably closed now, but big things. The problem was, after 6 months, they'd kind of figure out that I wasn't really good at what I was doing, so I'd move on. But during that time, as you move on, I was moving around through recruitment agencies, and that's when I got the idea. I liked what they did. They got people, had a conversation, placed them, made loads of money from it. And that's something I really wanted to do. I got a bit of experience working in one, and then really, I just took the plunge. We talked about in our last podcast we just did about being naive. I was 100% naive when I did it, because we went to an area which is called Burton-on-Trent, quite small. There was 199 agents already there, but I had this really burning desire that I was going to succeed. That's when it first started. And a lot of it looking back now, you could say, look, I just really believed in it. Honestly, I just don't know what, but I really believed in it. And that's when it first started.
See, me and Andy don't think there's luck, because you put yourself in a position that you could achieve something. So luck is only something that happens completely out of accident. But you didn't. You wanted a vision. You had an idea. You wanted to succeed. You knew it was going to be successful. So for me, that's you putting the action in there to create the opportunity. So take us from starting the business, building it up. What sort of challenges did you have?
Yeah, massive. So we started the business, and I very early on took on some salespeople. So we grew the business quite aggressively in sales, which was what I now encourage people to do, is focus on things that are going to make you money rather than too many support elements. And the challenge was, so from 2005 to 2008, the business did really well. We got to about 2 million turnover, and then the recession came.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but in 2009, I'd never been through a recession before.
Yeah.
Because the previous ones was 1990. Obviously, we were at school and college.
I was 4, mate.
You were 4?
I was 4, just
put my age. So obviously you didn't go through that, but obviously I didn't really experience that. So that was the biggest challenge for me, was that recession, because what's the first thing that goes? Jobs, and then houses, right? And that is when I, met my first mentor. He was my landlord. He liked me because I was quite. He reminded me of when he was younger, which I thought was a massive compliment. This guy built a big insurance business. He had his own private jet, and that drove me at times. I was always smart. I always dressed smart. He liked that in me. I always turned up to work. I'd always be there in the morning. And at that time, I just bought an Aston Martin.
Yeah.
He liked his cars. It was a Vantage.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, it was nice. We had the wheels, the James Bond looks. I upgraded it. It looked amazing at the time. And but what happened then was, when the recession came, the challenge was I didn't know what to do. I'd all this success. I'd bought this car. Things were looking amazing. People were recognising Jay's doing really well.
Yeah.
And having that, being there and people saying you're really great, can have that pressure as well.
Yeah.
So I can remember sitting in the office there, head down, thinking what I'm going to do. Luckily, because he was a landlord, he used to come around and he saw me there. And I'm so glad I was honest with him at that point, because I think a lot of us don't be honest.
Yeah.
And I could have easily said to him, yeah, I'm going to get through this. Don't worry, Mike, I'm going to do this. But I was saying to him, look, I've got a problem. I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I give back now, in a sense. He took me around the corner. He said, look, I've been here. I've done it. I want you to do this one exercise. And I wasn't really into property. We had 1 or 2 single lets. He said, I want you to today go around Burn this evening and drive around. I want you to tell me tomorrow, report.
Yeah.
So I did that. I rang him up. I said, look, Mike, there's not many houses for sale, because although the recession was hit hard, there wasn't the massive crash of the 1990s where every house was for sale. And he said, look, the government will stabilise it through repurposing money. He said, I want you to meet me here. Let's go through some strategies. And he helped me change my market from permanent to temporary contract market. And by the end of the 9 months, we had one of the best years ever.
Yeah.
So that's my first major challenge. Loads of other challenges with staff. Obviously, I was in recruitment. You can imagine, having so many contractors, production plants and, problems at Land Rover Jag is one of our clients. So, that was probably the first kick. But from then I was a mentor. So I had coaches early on, which were really good at motivating me. But when the recession came, coaching is a business as well. They were struggling as well. So I respect my coach for telling me that. The mentor was the one that could guide me, because he'd been there, seen there, done it.
Yeah. And obviously a lot of business people share a lot in common in the fact that they have mentors.
Yeah.
So how powerful has the mentors been to you, and what sort of advice can you give to people that are maybe on the fence thinking about either getting a mentor or have a mentor they want to change or whatever? Yeah,
it's been really, really big for me, and I still use them to today. For me, a mentor is, we spoke about this just previously when our conversation. It's someone who's been there, done it, and it can share the real experiences.
Yeah.
I think sometimes in business it's just a belief. And it's been, and this whole podcast was about people who were sitting on the fence, can't really, obviously we'll probably touch on the Prince's Trust, but can't afford to go into mentor, because there is a cost, because there's a time element. And hopefully the podcast will inspire people. But generally speaking, I think if you can get a mentor, and by the way, it is hard to find mentors. People like you and Andy, you're limited.
I think it's hard to find the right one. There's a lot of mentors out there, but you've got to gel and you've got to get on with your mentor, because if you don't get on with your mentor, you're not going to trust them, you're not going to believe them, are you? So
yeah, and I turned down. Look, I have lots of calls for mentoring because the podcast is doing well, and I would turn down 90%. Not it's because I know that I can't help them what they want. They want me to build them a business, multi-million business straight away, but there's a way you've got to do that.
Yeah.
So you're right. He's getting the right one. But also, if you're a mentor yourself and you want to do mentoring, and I encourage everyone to become a mentor at some point, you'll find you've got to work with the right people as well.
Yeah.
Because it's a relationship that you really trust and believe in.
No, definitely. So let's talk about the Prince's Trust now then. So you set about helping other people through that, and how did that come about?
So what happened was when I joined my business, I got asked to help people. So it's 2011. Obviously internet wasn't that big, and I kind of refused because I really wanted to actually run a business. I didn't want to teach because I had my own problems. So when we sold the business in 2013, by the way, when I had that first mentor in 2009, that sparked something to give something back. But I just didn't think I had the experience. That's just me personally. So after 10 years of running the business and selling it, which again was a massive, massive challenge, I was in an article talking about how Jay Dhillon's come from and built a business and sold it, and the Prince's Trust approached me to say, look, we need, because the Prince's Trust has mentors, but they were quite older, retired policemen, teachers, and they said you'd fit in quite well because obviously the Prince's Trust is 19 to 31.
Yeah.
And I said, what a great, it's weird how the dots connect up now. Yeah. I wanted to give back, and that's how it came about. I turned down coaching companies wanted me to join them and front their coaching plans, but I really thought if I'm going to do something, if I want to mentor, really, I want to hit the rawest talent, and that is the Prince's Trust. 19 years coming to business, haven't got no money, haven't got a clue, and quickly it started going really well. My mentees started doing really well.
Yeah, brilliant. So in the video I watched this morning, you went back to your old school. To teach the students there about how they start business and how they get into it. So how was that?
Oh, it was awesome. When I look back now, I can remember the schools, right? In my school, obviously, my parents came from India. We were not in they did really well for us, but we weren't affluent. My dad worked 13, 14 hours a day, and that school was a school I went through, and I can remember sitting there and watching a PC, his name's PC Pablo, and it just inspired me, just because he was there, and I thought to myself one day, not then, but I thought one day as I got in business, I'd love to go back.
Yeah.
And they gave me the opportunity. And I can remember doing the talk to him and sitting there and remembering when I was sitting there. And, I'm not going to say I'm going to change all the children's lives, but the feedback from the school was they were really inspired. They really loved it. And hopefully, one or two, a handful will remember that talk, because we as kids remember these little things, don't we? And if I could inspire them and wanted to go on to run a business or do what they want to do, and look how Jay came in. Jay was from this area, because that area is a deprived area. That'd be great. I want to thank the school for letting me do it. Some schools don't allow it.
No.
And I think more of us should do that. We've got a lot of good entrepreneurs now, and we should do more of that,
definitely. I asked the question because I got invited to do a talk at school probably a couple of years ago now, and I think at the time I was thinking, what am I going to teach them? And I started thinking, actually, no, the whole idea, the reason I got invited was because they were having a money week.
Right,
which I thought was an absolutely amazing idea in schools.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think schools teach life skills.
No.
They teach obviously the fundamental side of things, but I think in terms of life, I didn't know what a mortgage was until I left school, when I was old enough to get a mortgage.
Then you
so I was like, well, hang on, what's one of these? But I got invited to this talk, and I ended up teaching these kids about money and the whole idea of money and how you can use it to your advantage when you can help people and things like that. We were discussing earlier about the charity and giving back and things like that. So in terms of money and the idea of money, what's your values? And obviously I think a lot of people in business, money is high in their values.
I think money is very important. I think even in business, when I work with clients or go into businesses, we look at the bottom line cash flow, because money is the oxygen of a business, right? If you haven't got money, no matter how much goodwill you've got, you can't help your employees, you can't help anyone. So I always focus on that at the top. And there comes a point where money's in the focus, it's more reward of your labour kind of thing. And you can expand teams. Obviously, we expanded our team in my agency and branched out to different locations through money.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you start looking at money as a way of creating more opportunities rather than creating, you know, much wealth for yourself, which is good in a sense, but you can build a bigger team. Look at your team here, you know, I've got teams, so that's allowed by money, right?
Yeah.
And I think if we, in children, we, you know, we don't use money as something which is a wasteful resource, but actually a resource to build and expand, it becomes a different topic, different conversation.
Yeah.
It's not about buying the cars. It's about, like, can we get another staff member in? Can we, you know, we both got videographers here. We're investing in that because we see the value. And if we didn't make any money, we couldn't do that, could we? So thankfully these guys are here and doing a great job as well. So that's, my thinking on money. And, you know, I think at schools, and obviously some parents are struggling, and that's, you know, sometimes that happens. Obviously the children are picking up on that, but it doesn't have to be like that. Obviously when my parents came from India, they had nothing. And we, you know, lived, I was just sharing a story, I didn't have a bedroom until I was 14 years old. Yeah. Now my daughter's got a bed with ensuite, she's only 7 years old, 8 years old. Yeah. But, you know, that, you know, it doesn't matter if one generation isn't, you know, doing at a different level, you can still pick it up.
Yeah.
You know, it's the next generation that makes a difference. And if we can help these children change their mindset, even though their parents might be able to change it, you know, step by step we can make that difference.
Yeah, and you
should definitely do that.
Oh, definitely.
Definitely do that at school, you'll love it,
Oh, I think it'd be awesome. So, you talked about legacy in the podcast we just did previously in this video. So, explain what you want to achieve. What does your legacy look like? Yeah,
my legacy just looks like content that people can consume well after I've gone. You know, it can help people through business. You know, I'm interviewing great entrepreneurs, to you guys as well. And you're great, by the way. I don't want to sound like you guys as well.
As well.
Yeah.
Which on the side?
Yeah, and just to inspire the next generation, inspire my own family. We've both got children. You know, they're looking at us. If I can inspire them, that's great. That's my legacy done.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not looking for any rewards for doing it. The Prince's Trust has given me a great opportunity. I've met, you know, growing up, coming from where we did. I'm not saying, by all means, we had a really good upbringing, the way we were brought up. It wasn't about money, it was about togetherness. And to then being able to meet Prince Charles twice, you know, from where, you know, we started, is been through me giving. So the more you give, the more you get. I really believe that. And I think my legacy is just leaving my footprint and changing the lives that people, you know, can change. And fortunately, I can do that.
Brilliant. And so that's what these videos are all about, and the podcast is all about. It's content that can help and inspire people.
Yeah.
Whether they go and talk to you after it doesn't really matter. As long as you go and inspire people, that's what, for us, that's what it's about, and it's come across that that's what it's about for you guys as well. So
yeah, definitely. And I think in spirit, you know, sometimes you'll do, you know, you'll know this, you know, we're doing the content, and sometimes it can take a lot of time because we're not getting paid to do this. But then you get the one message which says, you know, Jay or Lloyd, you really inspired me for the next step. You know, I've seen it through the Prince's Trust now. And that makes it just worthwhile, right? So I encourage everyone to share content. We're in a world where everyone can share it. And if you can do that, you know, and the rewards are really good.
Yeah, no, brilliant. So just talk about how people can start a business. A lot of people that probably watch our channel is people that are looking to get into property or business. Obviously we do a lot of property interviews, we do a lot of business interviews, and it's all about mindset as well. So for anyone watching, what would be your top 3 tips on starting business? Yeah, so there's 2 ways. So I'll go into the business I kind of work with. So you get entrepreneurs who want to scale the business up. I was working with a company in property, student-led, got 400 apartments, £1 million a year profit business, and we put systems into it. So firstly in business is about systems. So anything you do, just systemize it. So, you know, sales systems. Think of your business in different kind of functions, your marketing, your sales, your brand even now. And people say, well, Jay, you know what, if I'm starting as a single, how can I think that? Have that in your mind. You can outsource the call center to Moneypenny. You can outsource the branding to a VA. But think of as a business, think of it as a business. I do a lot of property talks now, and the main thing I say to them is everything is a business, your KPIs, you know, track every single metric, because that's what's going to drive where you go higher or lower in your business kind of thing. I would do that. Now, how quick can you start a business, right? So I did this. I'm a practitioner. We spoke about this, didn't we? And a lot of people talk about stuff and not really done it.
Well, I did a 30-day business challenge with my mentee. So on my podcast, it's called the 30-day business, where we built a business making $3,000 a month within 30 days through a thing called white label software. So it's about taking a software that's already made, rebranding it and selling it out there. So my tips would be, if you just want to do it for the money purpose, look at things that are already built and just replicate the model. If you're looking at building something from scratch and you've got the money, then build systems, get staff in the different areas, like I did in my businesses, and then build it up as a systemised business. So it's pretty, every business I work with, whether it's property, recruitment, e-commerce, I go in, it's just all about systems. Yeah. Because that's what tracks the metrics, right? No, I can see your KPI boards. So, it's all it is.
Yeah.
Simple.
It's, I think growing a business is all about staff.
Yeah.
You've got, because you can't be a man of everything. You can't be a salesperson, you can't be a marketing person, you can't be social media side of things. So for us, the key thing that's been good for us is the team around us. We get, especially in the development side of things, we get the experts in to do what they're good at. Because we're not architects, we're never going to draw a load of schemes. We did, they'd be pretty, but they wouldn't be sort of to building regs and things. So in terms of the team and things around you, what's been the key for you in success? Obviously mentors we talked about. Anyone else in the team that you think that
100% sales and marketing.
Yeah.
Biggest thing that I see when businesses are very good and they're kind of falling around the wayside because they're not investing in sales and marketing. They invest in admin stuff, which again creates an overhead that they've got to fulfill. So I would always say, most companies I know that are doing really well, they get an MD in, they get a sales director in. But the key thing is getting the knowledge, obviously putting the steps in, but as soon as you get an option with some money, is invest in sales and marketing. Because if you think of business and you think of it as a car, your sales and marketing are your front drivers of your car. Yeah. If you stack the back up with stuff, the admin stuff, which looks all pretty, if your car's not moving forward, you're going to stop. Yeah. So 100% sales and marketing and brand now. Brand's really big as well. So things like, because always you can lose contracts, you can lose certain things, but if you're constantly filling that pipeline, in recruitment, one of the toughest industries, because we're selling people at the end of the day, and that's tough as it is, ours is on pipeline. Yeah. Keep filling that pipeline. And I think that's probably over the sort of 18, 19, 20 years, I lost count of how long I've been in business now, sales is very, very important. And getting training on sales and brand is really important for yourself as well. Yeah. Because you are constantly selling. So I mentioned Mark Pegg, who I've interviewed on my podcast, and how actors can relate to business people. Yeah. Because you've got different heads, right? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? You've got to switch.
You can have the worst day or worst morning. Yeah. You've got to go and do your work, and you've got to turn around and you've got to switch. And with business, you've got to motivate the people around you. You turn up and your head's down and you're sort of in a mood, everyone else around you in your business is going to be in a mood.
We had a story once when we had a contract with a company which dealt with raw mail. Yeah. I remember this is going back when the strikes were happening, and our client said, look, we need you to fulfill this area of the project, but we need you to go through the picket lines. Yeah. So it's a big contract, and we need to help the raw mail have their own internal battles. And I can remember I had to leave for the front then, so even though I was a bit unsure, I had to get on the ground and take my operation manager through the picket line. Yeah. And I had to put the strong act on. I spoke to the guys at picket line, so it was nothing personal. So, you've got to be a different actor there. Yeah. Because otherwise, if I was thinking about it too much, I would have just let my client down. But 100%, I think and a day can change.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Don't let one thing just bring you down, because the next thing could be the next big thing, and you're not going to get that otherwise, are you?
No, definitely. So what's next for you?
So, I've obviously got the academy, the mentoring academy, which we set up due to demand from the podcast. Yeah. So I've not really, I don't sell mentoring at the moment. I don't really promote it, but obviously people approach me. And the event, which is going to happen in May the 10th, is around the success of the podcast. Obviously, we've got to number one on the iTunes charts. We've got listeners all over the world. We've interviewed some really good people, and now I'm just bringing people together and then working together in groups to take their brand and their business to the next level. and then just keep going. We talked about this, didn't we? What is a driver for an entrepreneur? You know, I think I got asked the question, when is enough enough? And that, you know, I asked you that question, but I kind of struggled myself with that question. I like asking that question. And you just don't know. Like I said, the visions, the goals are really important, but just to keep going. I'm still buying property, I'm still investing in companies at the moment. I'm part of some non-exec companies as well, just to keep going. The brand, that could be a full-time job itself, couldn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
But we haven't got enough time hours in the day, so, you know, you're doing the brand, I'm doing the brand, just to create that awareness. But once you get into the brand, you realise, actually, wow, you know, people like Gary Vee have got 40, 50 people on their brand. Yeah. So there's a long way to go to even push that area. There's plenty to do on that.
So talking about brand and business, then how can people get in touch with you? How can they?
Yeah, so basically, on if you want to go to, you can get the podcast, which is a business mentor podcast. It's on iTunes. You can subscribe. We've got Never Right, Patrick but David. We've got some real big guests. If you want to listen to people, obviously,
Lloyd Girardi and
you boys are on there, 100%. They're definitely on there. I'm sure that'd be a great podcast episode. We've just done that. It was amazing, by the way. I love that. And then obviously you got me on Instagram, Jay Dhillon UK, Facebook. I think I maxed out on friends, but you can try and request me, or my page. Come on that. What else? There's everywhere, aren't we? Website, jaydillon.com website. It's loads. Just Google me, you'll see me coming up anyway. But yeah, just reach out if you've got any questions about business. You want to come to one of my events or whatever you want to do. I'm happy to help out. Just reference this interview because we can track the metrics. Yeah, of course, you know, always tracking stuff, KPIs. That'd be really good. They've not got no retreats planned just yet, like you boys. But that's really, I like your retreats. I think something which I think you guys done is amazing.
Yeah, they are really powerful as well, and we get a lot out of them as well.
Yeah.
But obviously the guys that go there, they've invested in themselves to go there, but they get loads out of it. So yeah, cool. So
cool. Excellent.
Go and follow Jay. If you've got a question for Jay, put it in the comments below. I'll personally pass it on to Jay, and I'm sure you'll answer those questions for us and come back on that. But yeah, like the video, share the video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel as well. So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.